well, it's a video game movie, so what do you expect? No, bullshit. It ain't 2006 anymore. You can't pull that it's a video game movie, so just be happy that the actors look like the characters somewhat. No, we're far past that. We've seen plenty of times, if you're talking about the Last of Us TV show, the Fallout TV show, there's so many great adaptations of things that make me sit back and go, holy shit, it can be done. If the right people are behind it, if the right people are making it, if the right people care, it can be done. God damn it. What the actual hell did I just watch? What's going on, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB. Yeah, this is a really dark ending for Franklin. Like, not just and I purely watched this out of curiosity. This is not a situation where I'm a huge fan of the video game that this movie is based of, and I did not have high expectations for this movie. This film, from what little I saw of the trailers and the little promotional material, it looked like shit. I don't care what names and what cast they were able to cobble together. This looked rough. And after watching Borderlands, this confirms my thoughts. A 2024 film that was co-written and directed by Eli Roth. And my history with Eli Roth, just as far as being somebody that I loved his earlier films. I know he's not for everybody. I know his horror movies aren't for everybody. His later stuff, didn't really care for personally, right? But his early stuff, it was fun, super low budget, so I was sort of inspired in a lot of ways. Now, when was the last time Eli Roth made a good movie? Even if you're somebody that says, oh, well, he never made ones, even his earlier work that I like. If you don't think he's ever made a good movie, that's bad. Because even I've turned on him. Even I've said, fuck, man, what are we doing? And I saw that there were some production issues and they were reshoots where Tim Miller was brought in to direct and redirect and reshoot a bunch of stuff. So who knows what kind of cobbled Frankenstein monster that this movie, the end product, ended up being. I also saw that this is produced by Avi Arad, which is your first sign of a complete dumpster fire. Again, this is a movie that is based off of the video game. A video game that is fairly popular for people who are super hardcore gamers. I like to play games, but I don't play every single game that's out there. I am aware of this franchise. I've heard of it. I've seen stuff of it, but I haven't played it. So I'm not going to pretend to be this big fan. I'm not going to pretend like I'm personally insulted or that I'm so deeply hurt and offended by what was put on the screen. I'm more hurt and offended by what was put on the screen as a movie watcher, as somebody that likes movies, as somebody who doesn't want his time wasted watching movies. The cast, look, great cast on paper. Cate Blanchett, who I love. She's phenomenal. She's great. And I love the idea of making her sort of the main character, this badass bounty hunter who is sort of known for her rogue, rebel-like behavior, but she has a tragic past and she has to force to work with this group. I mean, it could have worked, but this comes off. Her character especially comes off as such a blatant ripoff and derivative of Guardians of the Galaxy. Now I know that may not be accurate as far as what came first, as far as maybe her characterization in the games, maybe is close to this. But I couldn't help but feel like I've seen this movie before, but a much better version of this movie. And you can't really get into it when it feels like this is the lesser version of a story that you've seen 100 times, where this just feels like it's going through the motions. Like, story wise, writing wise, beat for beat, you could predict where everything is going to go. You can sort of say, all right, well, here's the moment where they fight. Here's the moment where the group comes together and realizes that they can be friends. Here's the moment where the bad guy pulls out a twist and fucks everything up. Oh, here's a moment where a character looks like they're about to die, but they're definitely going to show back up later on in the movie. There are so many beat for beat, predictable, cliche moments in this film. I'm convinced now, especially, that Eli Roth, even, but these producers just watched what big budget superhero video game movies have been successful and just regurgitated it, copied it. And it's not even like, well, it's a video game movie, so what do you expect? No, bullshit. It ain't 2006 anymore. You can't pull that it's a video game movie, so just be happy that the actors look like the characters somewhat. No, we're far past that. We've seen plenty of times, if you're talking about the Last of Us TV show, the Fallout TV show, there's so many great adaptations of things that make me sit back and go, holy shit, it can be done. If the right people are behind it, if the right people are making it, if the right people care, it can be done. So you can't tell me that the video games are this boring. You can't tell me that the video games would make me fall asleep the way that this movie did. And that's crazy because there is a lot of action in this movie. There is a lot of music, Guardians of the Galaxy. There is a lot of music, popular music being thrown at your face, just like cotton candy, popcorn being shoved at me, trying to say, enjoy it, love us. And I don't, because let's go through the cast again. Kevin Hart plays a character named Roland, and normally this is the part where I shit on Kevin Hart and I say, man, he's so annoying, he's so loud and obnoxious, because that's what you usually get from Kevin Hart. I will say he was not his usual self. He was not his over-the-top sort of trademark performance that you would expect from Kevin Hart. And maybe if you're a big fan of him, you'll be disappointed by that he was more subdued and toned down. But I kind of appreciated it. It's more annoying because I've seen pictures of the character that he's supposed to be playing from the games. I mean, come the fuck on. It's just not even close. When I mentioned Cate Blanchett, I guess I shouldn't gloss over the fact that people were upset over her casting of this Lilith character because Cate Blanchett is clearly older than what the character from the games is. And I guess because I have no connection to that game, I don't feel that, but I can understand fans, right? If that's how you feel, if that's what you think of the character, if that's what you want to see of the character, closer to her age and closer to her energy, or maybe just a younger actress maybe would have brought more life and more energy to this. But this script is so bad. If Cate Blanchett, the great actress, the Oscar-worthy performance actress that she usually is, if she couldn't save this, then really probably nobody would have been able to save this. Edgar Ramirez plays Atlas, who he's the guy that hires everybody to go after his daughter. And that's what kind of gets the ball rolling. I just couldn't help but look at Edgar Ramirez and say, man, what the fuck happened, dude? Like, this is the type of role that you're doing. He's barely in this, and when he is in this, he's just nothing. He's devoid of a character. He's pretty much a hologram for half the time. Ariana Greenblatt plays Tiny Tina. She's the daughter that everybody is sort of trying to go after or get back, and I thought she was kind of annoying. I feel bad because she's younger. She's a younger actress, and she's actually been in a decent amount of other movies. She played the young version of Gamora in Avengers Infinity War. She played the young version of Ahsoka in the Ahsoka TV show. When you put a bunch of makeup on her, she's great. But when you have her actually speak and say dialogue, she's a little annoying. I really didn't care about what happened to her. And Jack Black does the voice of the talking robot that runs around with them. And if it wasn't for me liking Jack Black, I probably would have more negative things to say about that character. Jamie Lee Curtis is here. Why? I guess she needed a paycheck. And those Halloween movies are over, aren't they? The budget for this movie is $120 million. And I will say that sounds high when you look at this movie. There are points where clearly they are using the budget. There are points where, like, the character's wearing this hologram-like mask. I thought that kind of looked cool. Some futuristic type sets and actual practical sets. I appreciated all of that, but I think it's because Eli Roth doesn't know how to direct big budget stuff, doesn't know how to show off grand scale and big scope of what a big video game, especially a fighting type game, shooter type game that I know these games to be. It's like they didn't do a good enough job of establishing this world, establishing how maybe crazy this world could be. Maybe they thought they'd get a sequel and they'd be able to expand that even more, but the box office, they made barely $30 million. Huge bomb, huge waste. As much as I didn't like this movie, as bored to tears as I was watching this film, I almost want to cut it some slack because it's already been beaten the fuck up. I feel bad, I feel like I'm punching down, but also studios need to learn that we're past this shit. We're past them regurgitating shit products for popular franchises, games or otherwise, that they just feel like, oh, well, if it has the name, people will go and watch it anyways. No, we won't! And so, do better, Avi Arad. Do better, Hollywood. Do better, just in general. It doesn't even have to be based on the game. Just if you're going to do a big budget, action-y, superhero-y, or any type of film like this, do fucking better. Because, god damn it, we don't have time for this bullshit. I'm going to give this some old bullshit.
Man, this some old bullshit.
So, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Borderlands, if you even saw it. I don't blame you. I'm probably one of the only ones who gives a shit enough to have watched this. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.